Hello and welcome back, Josh, Sam, and anyone else who's watching to what will definitely be a full-length episode of Swindon't You Forget About Me. Now, I apologise for the abrupt, well, not really abrupt ending of the last episode. I got a call and had to drop off. Couldn't pause the recording. I tried to. That's what the reason you can hear a long bit of the phone call. I tried to pause it. I tried to tab out to pause, it didn't work, so I just decided to stop, and now I'm going to do another recording. We'll do today Roma and then Forest Green Romers. Ha 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 ha. So I don't need to go over anything that happened in the last game, because you literally saw it just a moment ago. We will hopefully learn our fate in the English League Cup. But for now we do not know it, so we will just play our game against Roma and we go again, lads. We go again. That's all I have to say. Okay, so we're going to give Moose a fall. Are we going to give Moose a fall again? Does that seem a bit strange? First game back after injury, he goes out playing at home against Roma. Whatever, we'll do it. Let's go mental. We'll put Wilmot on. Wilmot's an icon at the club, apparently. In fact, let's let Wilmot start, and we'll put Montufar in the middle there. I don't like the idea, but I don't want to play Montufar. Okay, so we're just going to have to do it this way. Fall will probably get injured again. This is what happens. This is life. So here we go. They're playing Murphy again. They change their keeper every time we play them. I didn't mention it last time, but they played a different goalkeeper again, and now they're back to the ageing American guy who played in the first game against us when we drew 3-3 at the county ground. Anyway, let's see what we can do. Early highlight goes to us. Wilmot giving out to Gillich, who goes for the long-range screamer. Got too much underneath it, and the ball goes over into the Stratton bank. Manuel heads the ball on. Fall does get there and immediately sets up Wilmot, who could score. He doesn't. He has got 100 goals for the club, which must make him one of the top scorers in Swindon Town's history. I don't know off the top of my head where that would put him, but I mean, Simon Cox was only playing for the club for about 2.5 years, and he ended up on the top scorers list, I'm pretty sure, so he must be up there. Also, I noticed that Mitchell Lockley, I don't know if he was still in the squad when we were recording, but he was basically a homegrown player that came through at Swindon, is a Swindon fan, and fired us to 3 successive promotions, and then was not good enough for the Premier League. I played in the Premier League for 1 year and then was not good enough, and we got rid of him. He is still favoured personnel. I was imagining him at the FA Cup final earlier in the year, cheering along with us as we won the cup. I did check out where he is. He's still playing for Southend, who are the team that he joined on a free from Swindon when he left, but he is now being farmed out on loan to League 2 Bromley, where he is in the reserves. So they've got a loan player from the Championship in their reserves. He's 30 years old now, definitely on the decline as a player anyway. He wasn't great ever, but he's definitely going backwards in terms of his skills and fitness. And it's a shame to see a legend of the club of Swindon Town go out like that. But, you know, it would be nice if he could go to a sort of League 2 team and find his level again, get a few goals to clear up his to round off his career. But as things stand, he's just sort of languishing in Bromley reserves. Maybe we can buy him back, give him a little swan song in the Premier League. Gillich now goes past a couple of men, but hits the ball wide. 22 minutes in, and this has not been the roller coaster that we were expecting. We have dominated them absolutely, though, so far. They have now had a shot on target. Had a shot, not on target still. Yes, so can't have already qualified, and it seems to me that if they don't win this time and we do win, we could overtake them. Are they losing? Is that what they're doing? No, they're drawing with Breda. So yeah, if the scores stay as they are, the next game is decisive. If we win and they don't score, then the next game is decisive. And basically the next game is decisive. The game between us and Caen is the one that will decide whether or not we finish top of the group or bottom, or second, sorry, top or bottom, top or second. It would be obviously better to finish top of the group, so we might record that one, depending on how close it is between this game and that game, especially now that we've had to play the game afterwards as well. Oh, the ball's come in, and it has gone in again. Murphy has scored. I don't know how that's gone in as Murphy's goal. I'd argue it was either Novotny. I thought it was going to be an own goal for Vittoro, But no, Novotny again involved with a goal in the second game in a row, I think. Didn't he score in the last game? So well done for him, I suppose. Although he didn't actually get credited with the goal, but I think it's harsh to give it to Murphy, considering the ball was already basically in. Anyway, Manuel Van Rethy. He wouldn't be the first goalkeeper, by the way, to drop a ball into that net. I've seen Peter Brezovan, and also, what was the guy's name? Phil Smith. Both do it in the same season in that net. So he's in good company there. He makes a good save this time from Fall, and we get a corner. Novotny to take. Can we go 2 up before the break? No. Perez heads over. Not going badly. What's happening with Connor actually losing? Breda have scored. Do we know how many by? Dundee are winning. Those perennial Europa League team, Dundee United. Breda have scored against Caen, which means that because of our head-to-head record, we're behind. I think in terms of goal difference, we're equal. And therefore normally we would go ahead on goals scored, but because they have beaten us, they are ahead of us. So this makes the next game even more crucial in terms of who goes through on top. Now Serapio heads the ball up to Alberto. Novotny gets the seconds. Alberto now. Let's close that down. Ball goes up to Fall whilst I was messing, but he doesn't get a shot away properly. Perez, though, launches another attack. Van Rethy to Gilic. Interesting ball. Would have been great if Novotny had known what was coming. He was expecting it to be short. Anyway, Musa Fall now gives it to Novotny. Manuel goes past one man, gives it to Novotny, and Novotny has now scored a proper goal. Well done him. That's 3 goals he's been involved in the last 2 games. Not bad. We're 2-0 up now, and that's put us in a very strong position to qualify. Roma having Roma are bottom of this group. You'd have thought, if I was Roma's boss when I came into this group, I would have been expecting to qualify top. You'd obviously tag Swindon as the second favourites for the group in their situation, but to come bottom even behind Breda is very poor. Wilmot there gets tackled, but the ball's still in our possession. Van Rethy to Gilic, Alberto to Wilmot. Deflected effort into the hands of Murphy. Van Rethy now. Again, we have another opportunity. I didn't realise we're in the second half. I don't remember going to the second half, but whatever. Good tackle from Serapio. He's doing very well in that left-hand berth. And again, still not injured. That's what I like to see. Alberto, is he going to slot it to his left? He had a man free on his left there, I thought. Wilmot goes back to Gilic. Gilic. Okay, now that isn't... Okay, right. So Gilic gets given a goal that went in off Murphy's back, and Murphy gets given a goal that he didn't touch as it went in. But Gilic, he gets his 1 or 2 a season where he scores an absolute stunner. That clearly came off the post and into Murphy's back. So say what you want, but that is not Gilic's goal. Of course, it will be credited. He will be credited with it, but that's just not fair. We're going to take off Fall now because he is tired. I'll bring Saeed on. He can play on the left there. He can play on the right there. I just have to deal with it. Wilmot and Alberto are doing good. Let's not make too much of a mess of things. Maybe bring on Jair for Perez just to give him a bit of a break before the Forest Green match. But we are dominant against Roma now, exercising the memories of the 3-3 draw here last season that effectively knocked us out of this competition. Breda are still beating Caen, so we are really getting to the point now where we are very, very much... We must be considered favourites to go through. I think we're playing... Are we not playing Caen at home? Or we might be playing them away, in which case they would probably be favourites for that. But if we are playing them at home, we should easily win that. Or at least we should be favourites to win that. It's a very different thing. Wilmot goes around the edge of his man, but Murphy saves. Wilmot again tries, but hits it into the side netting, unfortunately. 70 minutes gone. We don't really have much else going on here, do we? Everyone's looking pretty good. Let's bring on Montufar. He can maybe have a brief return from his injury. Broke his arm only 5 weeks ago, and here he is coming on against Roma. Great little reverse ball there. Good save from Murphy at his near post, and it's gone out for a corner. Novotny to take, whips it in. Nobody's there. Laveau out to Novotny again, probably offside. Yep, usually is from that kind of move. Almost never works. And we're going to make our change now, I hope. Bring on Montufar. Oh, in fact, we already have. Montufar's on. Saeed heads down. Wilmot wins it. Wilmot puts it across. Nobody was there though. Not really like he passed it to anyone. He just basically gave it to the defender, but still nobody attacked the ball. Disappointing. Van Rethy out to Laveau, who gives it to Saeed. Nice movement here. Montifar, Saeed, Wilmot. Some Russian or possibly Italian speak going on in the other room here. And another effort, Wayward. Let's just check up again on the Caen score. Oh no, Caen have equalised. It is probably 1-1 yet. Vigny has scored, or Vanya maybe. But so we're now below them by 1 point. So we do need to beat them in the next game, regardless of whether or not it's at home, to stand a chance of... Wilmot has stolen in there and finished off a very... lucky, well, he was lucky to get the effort. It wasn't a lucky goal, it was well worked and stuff, but he was lucky to get the chance. But he does get in there. Alberto, the sliding tackles seem to be good, but it goes straight to Wilmot's feet, and Wilmot tucks it home for 4. Roma back down the bottom. Saeed heads it across again. No, Montifar, it's gone out to Saeed again. Murphy saves it. This is surely one of Swindon's best results in the club's history. 4-0 at home against Roma. It's a very nice... I mean, we beat them 3-2 in the Olimpico, which is almost as impressive. Although the way they've been playing, it's impressive that they scored 2 rather than we scored 3. Hey, come at me, bros. So here we go. Novotny crosses. Do we get another from a corner? No. Laveau gets it and puts it back out to Novotny. This time he's onside. Tries to put the ball in, but it's a corner. Gonna have some water. Novotny crosses. Paolini in the middle there heads it clear, but only as far as Van Rethy, who recycles things, gives it back to Serapio, who shoots. Would have been headline news if Serapio had scored a goal from outside the box. Novotny crosses Jair at the back post over, of course, that's what happens. But yeah, that's wrapped up a 4-0 win. That's as comfortable as they come, really, especially in Europe against a storied club like Roma. Montufar gives the ball in midfield. Wilmot's through, but 2 players come together to tackle him, and they clear their lines, probably for the last time. Oh no, maybe we will get one more chance. Montufar, ball goes in. There's a bit of pinball in the box there. We probably could have had a chance, but it goes, and now they break. They've got 30 seconds left. Manuel, brilliant tackle. Into the last few seconds now, and we are going to comfortably run out winners, and that's what I like to see. Alberto there doesn't get his yellow card. He's obviously disappointed by that. Usually he gets a yellow card in the game. Presta to the back post. Vertoot saves. And that's it. Wilmot has been sensational. A strange player to single out. But he did do well. We generally did well. 4-0. Absolutely fantastic. Qualification again to the groups. 30 chances. Qualification to the next round of the Europa League. For the 3rd season in a row, might I add, we have qualified. Who are Aris? Aris Salonika from Greece, absolutely spanked by Moscow. What's happened with Dundee? Have they managed to go through? Yeah, Dundee in fact have topped their group, so there's a potential that we could be playing Dundee again. third time in 3 years. What else is going on? Let's go from the bottom. So Moscow, we could still... we're going to have Benfica probably go through there. Unless, I guess maybe the game could be Benfica-Bratislava, in which case, if Bratislava won, but it's likely to be those 2. Could be any of Young Boys or Stoya. Polonia Warszawa have been very poor. That's a very tight group though. Anyone could go through there. Similarly, Hull in the Europa League again. What happened to Forest Green, by the way? They didn't seem to get through to the group stages. No, they didn't. Mugs and Anderlecht or Celtic in that group. So that's nice. We have qualified for the first knockout round, which is very, very good. What was the expectation for that? I don't know. I didn't see. Wilmot doing well. Fans are jubilant. Everyone was delighted. Blue Square South Yeovil pulling off a shock, knocking out Walsall in the FA Cup, and Nuneaton drawing 0-0 with St Albans. Chelsea have unfortunately beaten Everton in the League Cup. So it's now us, Chelsea, AFC Wimbledon, and someone else, I think. Yeah, there definitely is someone else. I can't remember who it is. Meaning that we'll almost certainly not get AFC Wimbledon, and it'll be Chelsea to get AFC Wimbledon or something stupid like that. But you never know. I mean, considering AFC Wimbledon beat Arsenal for 7-1 in the quarters, if Chelsea play them, maybe you don't want to play AFC Wimbledon. Maybe they've just got this sensational squad. Anyway, come on, game. I want to know who I'm playing in that cup semi-final. So cocky. He's so cocky, he's all cock. I'm having my fun. That's a measuring tape there. 30th of November 2050. That's the day after my brother's 45th birthday. So cool. Well done him. Happy birthday, I guess. Maybe I'll send him a text. The slow processing times. Oh, here we go. We are back. We've set a new gate receipts high of nearly £1 million, slightly higher than when we played Dortmund. Obviously, we had better burgers on sale this time round. Did we score the goal of the month? No. Clément Grosjean has scored twice in the goal of the month. I got the Premier League Manager of the Month after nearly suffering a dressing room revolt. That's not bad. What's going on up here? Nothing. I think Minsk have won the Belarusian Premier League, which is quite a turnaround. Yeah, so now it's the 11th place Swindon versus 5th placed Forest Green, although again I say that is a false position for us and probably for them as well. Oh, so yeah, lots of Belarusian clubs are now making lots of signings. So we have 30 messages go through. Chekliskvich. Okay, Neto has taken over at West Ham, and the board are happy, but they're sad about the departure of Neil Brookfield to Boston, where he has been playing fine. Actually, Boston are doing pretty well, to be fair. They are just outside the playoffs, only by 3 points outside the playoffs there, so that could be cool. Boston in the Premier League, that'd be nice. Dagenham and Redbridge are struggling a little bit. They just sacked their manager, and Crawley comfortably mid-table. Brighton down there. Lol. Let's continue. So we can see now what's going to happen with the rest of these groups. Where was the interesting group? That one there, I think, with Warszawa, where all the clubs are within 3 points. And they still are. So it goes down to the final day. Even Polonia's still in with a chance. They probably needed to win that, though. No Śląsk. It's noticeable. No Śląsk, which is a shame. Manuel's development has been good. Fertut's development has been good. Here we go. Right. The League Cup semi-final. So the first club is Chelsea versus Weston-super-Mare, which means we drew AFC Wimbledon. We couldn't have had more of a plum draw if we'd asked for it. The worry is we will have to repeat the cup final of 2 years ago, where we lost to Chelsea was it 3-2 or 2-1? We do have history having lifted the famous trophy one time plenty of years ago. In fact, what was that? It's 80 years ago? No, 70, 71, 72 years ago. It's a long old time, basically, is what I'm saying. I'm not even sure if we've played AFC Wimbledon whilst I've been manager of the club at Swindon, so we'll see. Bayern have just beaten Gladbach 6-0 in a very... 2 goals for each man. Nice. Cool. I like these little things. It's nice to see. Yeah, we're on. We're you know what? I recorded a video. In fact, the last video, when I started recording that, I was in a bit of a funk about things. But now we've won 2 games in a row. We've now got to play Forest Green. If we can beat them, that puts us back amongst the pigeons, and we are the cat of Swindon, or the robin. We would be the robin amongst the pigeons, Sam. Yeah. Okay. They want to sign Kevin Van Raethy. Who is that? Cardiff. Yeah, right. And Weston-super-Mare want to sign Martins. Let's say, let's move on a little bit. Up here, we've got the press conference. They're happy enjoying their football. Of course, no, it's going to be a struggle, but we're going to come out on top. It's been favourable. Who? Giuliano Giardini. Oh, he's actually quite good. Definitely some interest from our side. Mate, Paolo has been great, and he has been great. And who's the World Golden Ball player going to win? Anyone that we know in there? Southwell. He plays in the Premier League. Anyone good? Anyone from us? It's very unlikely there'll be anyone from our team. Eric? Oh, Eric Traore. No, I'm not interested, I don't care. Game's not about personal glory, individual awards. It's about Ben. Arsenal beating Liverpool 2-0. Southwell on that list of players for World Player of the Year, scoring again to wrap up their win against Liverpool. Very nice to see. Manchester United seem like they're going to be on for the win this season, though, which is a disappointment. Although they did lose to Newcastle, so I don't know to what extent you can really legitimately claim to be the champions of England if you've lost to Newcastle. Harsh. They drew 0-0. Chelsea, warming up for their semi-finals, won 6-0, and Man City won 4-0. Lots of big results from the big teams, which is a shame for competitiveness in the Premier League, but whatever. Steven Jensen, I was after him as well. Because he's pretty good, that's why. But that's no way is he would. I mean, if he's worth 500k, I'm buying him right now. Come on, game, please. Nothing's going to happen on the 3rd of December. Let's just move on. Genoa. Oh, Roy scored for Udinese. Nice. Well done, mate. Well done, Roy. Imagine if we'd had Roy and Jeff up front. That would have been a fun little Tyrone curry. Yum, yum, yum. My favourite kind of curry. View report. £625,000. How is that possible? All right, well, let's make an offer for him then. It won't be right. I'll end up having to pay 5 or 6 million for him. I just want to prove a point. Okay, Leicester versus Hull, Swindon versus Forest Green, and both on TV. Strange TV decisions there. Obviously, someone's never really heard of entertainment. Now, we are going to stick with the team that we just played, except that I want to bring Shehu in for Fall, and Fall will make the bench instead of... you know what? I don't know. Let's take Jair out because Jair, we can put Shorzy Martins back there. Fall, yeah, everyone else looks fine. Let's start with Saeed instead of Novotny, and we'll stay with. Let's put Just Jeff back in. Just Jeff because he's playing ridiculously well. Padir's also playing well, but we'll bring him on as a substitute if needed. Okay, this is a big game. They are on a hot run of form, relatively speaking, I mean for them, and we need to push back up into those higher reaches of the table, and we can only do that if we beat the teams above us and claw back some of the space between us. So let's try and do that now. They're also playing in black and white, and I believe they also play in stripes. Is that not true? They play black and white stripes similar to Newcastle, so maybe we can just repeat our recent league victory over a black and white striped team by winning 4-0 today. Although 30 seconds in, they have had a shot saved and now going for their first corner of the game, which that useless striker Steve Thompson handballed. It's always fun when someone is consistently poor. Anyway, Laveau now, over to Perez. Oh, they're getting into us a little bit. They're pressing us quite high up the pitch. But Shehu's gone right round his man there. Lovely stuff. Just Jeff gives it through to Gilic. Gilic is not the man you want in this situation. He doesn't score as you would expect. And then Just Jeff gives away a foul. That was a good chance on the break. We probably should have done better. He could have squared it, really. That's what he should have done instead of trying to shoot. He's an absolute idiot. Not the play of the captain. You'd think he would be more selfless. But whatever. Just Jeff now on the halfway line has been tackled. Sort of. Yes, he has. They're playing it around nicely. Wow, nice little bit of football there. Ramirez, 3 cheers for him. Fatut out to Manuel. Saeed Van Rethy. It's some good. I don't like the Reth. It's the th in the middle of his name. I don't like because I wonder if it should be Reti or Reth. Anyway, horrible. Silly Belgians, get a proper name. Saeed Laveau. Saeed could have just crossed, but of course he's left-footed, so he wouldn't have wanted to go with his right. That makes sense, I suppose. Saeed crossing to Alberto, doesn't though, and now they try and break, which they seem to be able to. Nope. Okay, just run the ball off. No problem of mine, my friends. Okay, so now Saeed with the corner. Perez at the back post, heads over. He beats Ease in the air easily. Petrovic, Simmons. That's a very like just average name. Simmons. Ease. It's probably Eze or something like that, but I'm going to call him Ease. And they haven't had another. It's been a busy first 15 minutes. Quite a few chances already. Just Jeff doesn't win it in the air. They are doing well, disappointingly so. Oh, it's a great ball in. They've hit the post. Nicely played by Forest Green. Are they still playing 4-4-2? It looks like they're playing 4-3-3 now. Oh. Saeed crosses to the back post. All of our chances coming from breaks or set pieces. Tavares again. They've got in behind us, but Manuel clears nicely. Emmanuel. Anyway, they've got another throw. Why are we not goal side of him? Okay, we are now. But then we've left number 8. What's going on here with our marking? Oh, it was always going to happen. They were pulling us apart. Just our players not paying attention there. Burlachu, I guess his name, smashes the ball into the roof of the net. Forest Green Rovers take the lead at the county ground, but we have a highlight straight away afterwards. Could we reply instantly? Just Jeff now running through on his own. Gives it to Saeed, who puts it out to Manuel. We're playing down that left. We get quite a lot of joy out of that left flank. Here we go. Alberto's gone round his man, has a shot, but former Swindon player Abdullah Akida has palmed it away for a corner, which we put in. Sarapia just goes over his head. Out to Laveau. Gillich now, is he going to try for another one of his absolute power drivers? No, he put it through for Jeff, but Jeff was tackled. Why is Saeed taking the throws on this side? It seems weird. Oh man, Burlachi went straight through the back of Jair there, or Perez, or whichever one it was. And then Shehu has given away a foul in their box. Disappointing. But we're putting some concerted pressure on them now. They seem to have backed off a little bit after they scored their goal, because they were first to most of the balls before that. Oh, Gillich goes for one of his long-range stunners, but doesn't this time get all the luck in the world to have it deflected off someone else and then still given as his. Thompson now, they do finally have another attack, first time since they scored, and they've forced a corner. How are we doing? We're not playing great. Gillich is not doing good. Let's bring on... should I start off doing that? Yeah, let's go straight in with making a change. The defensive partnership are not doing great. They are being shown up a little bit, but I'm going to take Shehu off and bring on Fall, because Fall is more of a direct attacking threat. 35 minutes in, just, Oh, Saeed has scored a free kick and he has forced us level. Not a great free kick. Keeda nearly kept it out, but he has forced us level. 1-1. Swindon Town 1, Forest Green 1. That puts us on 18 points. If we can get another goal here, we could go up to 9th. We would be in 9th as well. We'd be ahead of Swansea on goal difference, and that would make our season look a lot more healthy at this stage. 15 games in? Obviously, we'd like to be higher, but we'd still be 2 games behind most other teams. So, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. They have got another chance already, and we still have a whole half left to go. I can't really say that the substitution bore fruit in such ways, but you never know. It might happen in the second half. Just bear with me, man. Tavares now gives it out to Balachu. We do struggle down this right wing. I think our right midfield situation needs to be corrected. It seems to be a fairly regular occurrence that I mentioned that. Hopefully maybe Tasic is his name, might be the future of that position for us. But Fall is now 30. Shehu is also 30. Fall is injury prone. And Shehu's just not good enough with his end product. We need to get somebody else in there now who can really step it up to the next level in the way that Saeed has done on the left. Of course, we will be losing Saeed this summer as well, probably, unless we can force a turnaround in his views on the club. So yeah, it's all a bit up in the air. Tremendous match so far. Well, it's been fine. Let's go assertive. I'm far from pleased, and then calmly say you've got the ability. I'm far from pleased, guys. You've got the ability. Go out there and show it. Go out there and show it, lads. We get the action underway, And what action it is? Fall to Alberto. We do have an early chance, although they are present. They're going to be, if they take the ball off us, they're going to be 4 against 2. Gilic to Saeed. Manuel through, but no. And here we go. They have got a break, and Sarabia doesn't get a proper clearance on that, but he does eventually on the second effort. Gilic tries to put it through. Oh, nicely worked. Alberto there, not doing great up front. We might bring on Padilla in the next 10 minutes or so, maybe just before 60 minutes. Give Padilla a decent run out. He's a powerful striker. Oh, Gilic went for it again. Flipping heck. Gilic is on a run of form, at least in terms of trying long-range shots. He's not been doing that previously this season. But he's been a bit more pushed out to the right, I guess, so maybe you don't get quite so many chances to do it. But still, Just Jeff still going. Oh, good save from Kida. And then out via Petrovic for a throw. We'll take this throw and then we'll do the substitution. So Manuel, balls come in. Just Jeff was there, but he didn't get there. Perez now, Laveau to Gilic. Could give it out again, but doesn't. They don't think. Could have just played it 1-2 along the wing. Okay, Alberto's coming off because he's not doing great. I know Just Jeff is technically doing worse, but Alberto, but Alberto's a bit more tired, and Just Jeff is much better than everyone else. So he's not really. He's almost identical to Padilla, but whatever. Ross to Ramirez. Simmons. Berlachu again. Good tackle from Laveau. It's gone up to Just Jeff, and he's given it to Alberto. Alberto now, he's kind of almost able to make a run through, but now he's been forced wide. Comes back in again, shoots and scores an absolute weldy. Of course, but I've just taken him off. He obviously heard me warming it up. It's my phone going off again, but I am not going to answer it because I'm no longer at work. He should call the number. Now then, no, I'm not answering the phone. Try to call me again, Mother Hubbard. I might have to briefly just pause and make a call. Maybe I can mute the phone. Mute that. Yes, let's. Longer than I expected, but we're here, we're back, we're still 2-1 up, and what's going to happen? Let's make one more substitution, but what should it be? Let's make it Montufar on for Gilic, stop Gilic with his crazy shooting, and Montufar, he's one thing I haven't mentioned, but have when not playing and recording, it has come to my attention quite a lot. Although whilst I'm chatting, doing the recordings, I never seem to notice it. But he is very so Montufar is his main weakness, if he was going to have one, is that he's very slow. Just Jeff, it's nicely worked. But yeah, Montufar is very slow. Now I think that means that we are quite easy to that it's quite easy to play round him. Who scored that? Was that man? Bloody hell! What an effort that was. Good noise as well. Okay. That's not a bad way to score. Was it his first goal for the club? Was that a cross? Are you seriously suggesting that's a cross? It was a terrible cross if it was, but it goes into the back post. Quite what Kida was doing there, I don't know. A bit like David Seaman for England versus Brazil. But yeah, I was saying that, I think that against the more technically able teams who are able to sort of play the ball around in tippy-tippy places, it leaves us a little bit weaker. They can go round in quite quickly and make an attack. But to slow the game down, and when we're on top, because he's so technically good with the ball, if you give him the ball, he doesn't lose it very much, and he can pass it and slow the game down, keep our rhythm, and he does that very well. So that was the thinking behind bringing him on. Gilic is a little bit more dynamic, and you saw that by his crazy runs and ridiculous shooting. But yeah, so that was fun. Kaletsky, bad effort, but we are now up to 9th. Our goals against this season, by the way, is back down where we want it to be. 11 conceded this season. I think at this point last season we'd probably conceded about 23. It's an improvement, and I'm happy with it. I think the goalkeeping situation has helped. It's noticeable when I have played Aksoy in other games that he's weak to long-range efforts. He seems to let them through his hands quite a lot. And I mean, he's still young. I mean, obviously, also Vertoot is young, but Dozen Aksoy is not as good as him either. So there we go. Anyway, well done, lads. Good win for us. 3-1 winners. We're back in the top half of the table for the first time this season, I think. And yeah, we're doing good. What a finish from Manuel, which I think was his first league goal for the club. Absolute stunning finish. How did it describe it there? Superb effort from Alberto, that's true. Fullback Manuel completed the scoring for Swindon't with a lucky strike. That's it, is it? Yeah, that's all we're going to call it. We maintain our winning streak. Let's attend this. I thought we played very well, and it's satisfying to say that. We went down, had to make some changes, and we responded well. Adele was good. That's the end of that. Now, let's look at the fixtures, because we now have some things we want to see. So, the semi-final's not for ages. So I was going to say I won't play again until the semi-final, second leg, because I don't think there's any point playing both, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Yeah, I think we will probably be able to get through against League One Wimbledon over 2 legs. I was going to say I'll do Caen, but that's very soon afterwards. I could still do that, I suppose. I'll play the Charlton game and then play Swansea and Caen, just so that we can see where we come in the Europa League. And then after that, maybe then I'll drop us in at the League Cup semi-final, or possibly the Europa League knockouts, depending on when that gets scheduled around those things. Okay, so next time I see you, Swansea and Caen. So, see you then, guys. Ciao. Bye-bye.